But I think, in a way, the emotions we've been covering since the beginning of the year have almost been like accumulating. The more you're aware of them, you get that what is that? Dunner-Kruger effect? The one where it's like the once you learn about something, the more you notice it.
Bader Meinhof.
That might be it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's other names for it too, but in
But
a
it's
way,
like
it
when you
does
get a
feel
car of a certain color, you just suddenly you see that color everywhere.
is that where it
Pretty
came
sure that's
from?
Bader Meinhof.
Mm-hmm. What's the Dunner-Kruger effect? That's like another
That's
topic.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's
the valley of like when you know a little, you get really
Oh,
confident.
yeah.
And then you know less, a little more, and you think you know nothing, and then you slowly grind towards mastery.
I thought it was actually, I think I've heard that. I thought it was like the level of competence in terms of how much you think you know about something, and like it's like a bell curve where the people that think they know the most are in the middle where they know the least, and then on the far end, the people who don't think they know anything do actually know the most. I think it's like level of knowledge is left to right, up and down, and confidence is like right in the middle, where you're like not
I think
even
you're
close
mixing
to
up that meme graph that'll have the smart guy
Oh.
and the dumb guy on either side.
No,
and
I know everything.
But yeah,
no one knows.
But yeah, because it's like the bell curve, except it's a valley, not a. And it is confidence.
Yeah.
It's when you know a little, you're super confident. Then I'm like, for all I know, I'm the one mixing things up, and I'm not trying to outright disagree with you.
No, you're probably right. I mix these things up too.
Well, speaking of knowing things, I know our audio is working. So.
Oh, great!
So we're ready to go.
Get started.
Camera's right here behind us. Here, we can wave to Jay. It's right behind.
Oh,
the camera's right behind, so we can wave. Right to our audience.
I see you holding it in front of you.
Wait. Lagging again.
That's okay.
Wait. Okay.
You don't have to look back if it says films, but yeah, camera's behind you, Jay. We'll fly it around. Cheers for getting started. But yeah, we can get started with just kind of reviewing our notes here. Make sure we're make sure I'm on topic here.
So hello everyone. If anyone who is watching is a regular, we've changed up a little bit of what's going on. AU is taking a break, and we've got two different new hosts today. You got me, Frofador. Hello everyone. And we have Armani over here controlling the camera. Yeah. So we are keeping this going while our typical host is out for this week. And she'll be back eventually. We'll see how that goes. Should be soon. I just don't know when. But yeah, this is our weekly meetup where we take a moment to reflect on emotions that you probably don't get the chance to express much in the rest of VR chat. Typically, VR chat is a place where you go to escape your problems, and you hang out with friends, and you play some games, and you chill out. But there's always pain points in our lives when we're trying to connect with people, when we're trying to make progress in our life, and it often feels like when we bring this up with other people, it feels like we're complaining, or we're bringing down the vibes, or being a total party pooper by talking about that really horrible thing that happened to you this week. But not here. We're here to connect and to practice emotional fluency as we navigate difficult and troubling things that cause us rougher emotions. But we're not here to fix things. This is not a therapy group. We are here to practice reflecting off each other so that we can get better at knowing how to process these emotions. But before we get into that, we usually like to try to set a container as we cover norms. And norms aren't like rules per se, but they are a series of practices that we like to enact to make sure that we are connecting as a community. And BridgeMakers has some particular norms that we love to utilize that we found that works really well for us. So, would anyone like to get started on a typical BridgeMakers norm? Raise your hands. Oh, I see Jay. It's a little back.
Yes. Well, okay, so I see that we are, like, I saw in the announcements we are trying to implement new ones, like, we want to reserve, like, at least 2 days in advance, RSVP our plans to be here so that nobody comes in late and disrupts a meeting.
Yeah, so that's definitely part of it. I've been shifting things around a little bit with what our hosts are looking to enforce that can lead to a better, more focused group. And like you said, part of that is one of our norms staying on orange, where we want to make sure that we don't have random people popping in from our friends list that see the group and go, oh, I want to go and just pop right in and see what's going on. Then they might pop into someone talking about they just lost a pet or something, and then they might be like stepping back awkwardly and then leaving through the portal they came in. But we are we see this as something important that we want people to come in and be prepared ahead of time. RSVPing a couple days in advance really helps cement the ability for people to commit to this. It's something that if you just treat it as something extremely casual, it doesn't really lead to the best amount of takeaways for something like emotional fluency. So we've been noticing that, keeping that rule a little more enforced. Even though if you do sign up for maybe, we'll still let you come by if you're not entirely sure. But it does really help us engage with knowing how many people are going to show up. And we don't have events if we don't have enough people, so that, it's not just like a conversation with like 2 to 3 people. So yeah, thank you, Jay. That one's important. Would anyone else like to offer a norm that we're typically enacting?
I know I just did one here. Emojis are welcome. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, we love emojis, and I've recently been experimenting with my own custom emojis, which has been fun. Where you might have a silly reaction, and that's always fun too. But
that's nice.
You
startled me.
I have a bunch of silly ones. Yes, Carl's familiar with them too, and I have some that might be judgmental, but they're very silly. or pizza one. We like these. We like this norm because we understand that when there's a conversation going on, it's hard to enact. Oh yes, the Pokeball. It's hard to engage, or it's hard to know how many people are chiming in and listening. And emojis can be a great way to reflect back that you just heard something and you want to express something without interrupting the conversation. It's like throwing a
brick.
It's like throwing a signal that you are present, and if you feel like you don't have anything verbal to say, maybe just a fun picture is enough to show how you're feeling about something at any given moment. There's definitely some fun ones that we're all encouraging, and the default ones are also totally welcome as well. So we love emojis here. In that case, it seems like we're going counterclockwise. I'll go to Carl next. What's another norm we like to express?
Well, right before I joined up, I was, looking at for the instance, and I noticed I was still on blue, which kind of towards the same vein as the RSVPs. We want to keep this container so that some of us have, communities with maybe pretty large friends list. I know I'm in certain areas and I'm on blue. Pretty much anyone could join up. So to keep that on orange, you have to, accept the invite when somebody requests off you, and it doesn't show the instance to them outside of it. And like on blue, you'll auto accept, and on green, which I think Sam is now swapped to orange, but he was on green earlier. It'll show the instance to them, but they still have to request off you.
Yeah, VRChat has some particular rules about joining, but they work pretty well for most systems. What were you going to say, Sam?
No, I had no clue about the reason for the rationale behind the green versus orange, that people couldn't request it. I just thought that it was ask me meant something else in my head, but the moment you guys explained it, now I get it. Yeah.
Well, for new folks, that is a pretty, like, orange kind of has that connotation of like, be careful. So if people are on orange a lot, and with some of the culture of VR chat being kind of racy, I've seen a lot of people make the assumption like, "Oh, you're always on orange. What are you doing?" It's like, I just don't want people spamming me with invites at this moment.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense to me now.
I see it as like, at least for me, and it's probably the case for you, Coral, too. It's about like for people who like have a lot of bridging going on. There's just managing traffic, I guess. Yeah. It's just like you have different communities and different groups who want to reach out to you, but you have different things you're doing, and it's like,
There's only so many bridges you can hold open for any other person at any given moment, and we have to raise the drawbridge every now and then so that we can focus on building more intimate bridges with other folks. So it's it'd be nice if we lived in an awesome, perfect world where everyone was super conscious about everyone else was feeling all the time. But
I think the orange status is kind of closer to like real life, you gotta like contact somebody, like, what are you doing? Mind if I come over?
Like a phone call. It's not like your phone just turns on and they just start, their voice comes out of it, and they're just
people
like,
just appear in your house.
yeah, exactly. Orange is like having like a doorbell. Just let me know if you want to come in, and I'll say yes or no. It's a great tool that we can utilize. So stand on orange. We like that. Sam, do we have any other norms you can think of about what helps bring community together? It doesn't technically have to be what we do at BridgeMakers, but what you've seen makes communities function better as sort of like a light rule or just something people practiced.
So specifically for BridgeMakers, I think I don't know if it's a norm, but towards the end, like we summarize what we are feeling or a key takeaway. And I'm very keen to listen to other people's takeaways because they're so different than what mine are. So I think that's a very nice way to see out of the same instance, although we are working as a community, everybody has slightly different takeaways. I don't know if we call that a norm, but it's a practice I think I've seen you follow quite a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a norm actually. Typically that's, I guess, a part of like the workshop or the event itself in a way, but for the most part, yes, it is a good practice. It is really helpful to kind of acknowledge everything that made what a social outing really worked. And yeah, it might be awkward. Maybe you're like at the end of a drinking night if it was in real life, and you're like walking out of the bar and it's like, guys, I remember this moment that worked really well tonight and it was really great. Everyone might look at you a little funny, but it's also one of those things that we as humans just don't practice enough. We don't really reflect much back to each other what we've been feeling, and it tends to just be unspoken rules or assumptions or things that people just throw around as something that they assume is like, oh, that person reacted this way with all these social cues. They just must have enjoyed that conversation I just had. But sometimes being deliberate and having that, acknowledgement is like, it can be a gift back to people to say, hey, I really appreciated this thing about you, or just the event you just hosted, or other people that I saw at this event.
And I mean, especially when we were doing those game nights, I know we put a pause on that, but I think we used to do that quite a bit. Like, hey, what happened? And that was always very interesting for me because it just told me like how people have perceived different actions of us playing with each other. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've done it in not just this weekly event where we do pain point sharing, but at what was another event, um, the conscious gaming, where we would play games in VR or in Discord. We tried doing the VR one for a bit and it was pretty good. It's just the host hasn't been available to run it anymore. But yes, we for all kinds of events where we are going to look at how we're feeling. It's great to reflect that at the end. Even at the Human on Purpose, the HOP events we do every week for every month with a different emotion per month. There's a lot that, reflecting makes the community stronger by being able to acknowledge, what we're feeling. And even just saying what we're feeling out loud is something to practice. It's not that common for most people in this game specifically. So, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and I'll run through any of the other ones I can think of. It doesn't come up much, but we like to make sure that we're all sober when we come to these events. I know VR Chat has a big drinking and whatever other culture. It's, fun to get high or, be inebriated so you can enjoy being around social events more. But we really want everyone to be here as their full, real selves, their authentic, like true self. When you're, unable to be in the moment, if you're drifting or, focusing on something else, or your mind is forgetting something every 30 seconds, that really interrupts the ability to learn more from what we're trying to take away from these events. And yeah, that's just something we want to make sure everyone is taking part of. What else? What's another one? RSVP is what we talked about. Orange. Respecting everyone, being in a conscious space where we want, like, you come here to learn something about yourself or about connecting with other people. That's something we hope that is what you're looking forward to doing. Armani, do you have any other norms that we typically talk about?
One, I don't know if this was what's covered yet. I'll throw in one that I'm thinking of, and then also one that I think that's on our list. This one, be kind. There's a difference between
it's different
kindness
than being
and niceness.
nice.
Yeah. There's
We really want to kind of emphasize the difference between both of those words. Niceness is not the same as kindness, and being nice, can often be something that appears kind on the surface, but it can kind of sometimes boil down to just actions and not feelings. Like if you, hold the door open for someone and you say like, I'm being kind to you, it's like, or I'm being nice to you. That's not like the same as being kind. It's a concept that I know Heggie was always really good at explaining, but yeah, there's a sense of emotions behind kindness, the ability to recognize what someone is experiencing and to acknowledge that, to respect that, and to respond to that. We want to make sure.
Yeah, I'd throw in something like kindness isn't always convenient either. I think that's probably another way of.
Yeah, that too. It's not like I didn't have to come here tonight to run this event. Not saying I had something I completely missed out on or anything. I did not have a busy Friday or anything, but I wanted to give back to the community and to take up some level of responsibility while our leadership is taking a break. So I'm not gonna brag and say I'm such a great person for running this. I'm just saying inconvenience is a part of it too.
That other one I'll throw in is the think kind of touched on it there, Sam, about new norms. I think this is I think a new norm is new norms where like it's not a fixed list. We kind of have this primary thing we always cover, and then we have let the community get an add to it that really gonna boosts the or what is it? It's kind of like as we'll get to later about X2, except it's really a stew like what we have as community. It's not just us leading; it's us together. So
yeah, definitely. I think that's all I can think of. So now that I feel like we've set the container, we should get into practicing and discussing our pain points. So the way this works is we will go around in whatever order people are comfortable going, and we want to try to, in a few words or a few minutes, explain something that is causing a disrupt in the ability to form community. This doesn't have to be like you are a leader of a community and someone under you or someone in your community was causing disruption. It can be something as simple as some sort of inconvenience or something that gave you like a bad day, and or just something that happened to you. It doesn't even need to be something that you're struggling to do. We are here to express and practice expressing these, putting things into words, and to talk about them in front of other people, where it's not just the same as ruminating on this and caught up in your head. And then when someone is finished with that, another person will reflect back to this person, not to solve what they had just heard. Sometimes that urge comes up, that desire. Oh, I know you're struggling with this, but I want to give you some advice right now. Because, I've been in there and I know this works or this works. We want to hold off on that and practice something that feels a little unusual. We're not trying to get rid of the problem and suppress it with solutions, but we are to stay in the emotion and to let it churn a bit as we reflect back directly what we heard. So if Jay were to say, like, I went out and I got some ice cream today, but someone bumped into me and it knocked off and it fell on the ground and was really sad, I might reflect back, okay, so from what I heard, Jay, it sounds like you were trying to enjoy your day and you went to get yourself a treat and your ice cream was ruined and you didn't get to have any more, and that sounds really rough. And we don't have to like word for word like a recorder, but we want to show what we heard and to give presence to that person, to reflect back as part of the exercise, to show the person that we heard them. And I know this sounds strange, but this can be really healing. You might think, well, we tell people our problems and we want people to, help us solve them, but in some cases, just having someone hear you is like a way to have them see into you, like your soul, in a way that I have found strangely can make things better, even though you haven't actually found a solution to the problem. There's some psychological thing going on there, and I don't know if there's a scientific term for it or not, but it has been my case that this can be really powerful in ways that people don't even realize. So that's what we're here to practice. We want to be in that pain, and we want to have other people join us, and that connection makes it more bearable because we're all in it together. So if we're all on board with this, and you can pass if you want, we're not here to force you to say this in front of a camera, obviously. This is just we keep recording. Is actually, that was another norm, I think. We do record all of our events because we want to, going back in time a little bit, we like to make sure that this is something for our protection in a way. Having this evidence that people don't, they get emotional when they're explaining these pain points. And sometimes people are like, oh man, you said this, you reacted this way. We can go back to a recording and say, well, did you, or is this like a perception shift? And sometimes it's a revelation that, oh, things were really different because I was in a very emotional state. So having that recording is it's a safety thing for us.
And
Anyway,
for us, it's also, at least for leadership too, it's a way for holding ourselves accountable and, having an example for like, for us to kind of refer back to if we have anything useful or share that we want to refer back to. It's nice to have. So, but yeah, I'll throw in too for the
the
this pain point thing.
Or reflective listening, I think it might actually be called.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on the pain part too much.
We also have you don't just have to verbalize, you can also draw it out. We have some pens in here.
That was an activity we did a couple weeks back, and I wonder if we do. We can actually. I think I have the ability to summon the pens here.
Okay. That's right. We got our pen.
This is a particular wait, move pens. Why is it not working? I'm not sure. There's an invisible panel here I have access to, and
because of some stream, it is it's funny. We got the stream up, but I don't see the campfire. There's a campfire for us viewing. Carl.
Oh, it's not on the stream.
Campfire, but yeah, it's funny. I don't know what the there's like a bug or something, but
there is settings in the camera to like mask different items and layers, so it might not be showing objects or something like that.
Yes. Spawnable objects from the player's inventory might have a default for hiding it on stream, but there's not that many objects in VRChat in general, since they're all from the store, and they've only rolled out a bunch that are official objects. I would say that at some point in the future, I've asked the developers in person about this. They do want players to be able to upload and make their own objects, which would then open a floodgate of lots of potential strange things that could happen, but I will say it makes sense it would be off by default. But for now, the campfire is a fun little thing we have that it works out.
Imagine a campfire. Got a campfire.
Yeah, imagine a campfire. Yes, because we're all huddled around that. But seems that the pens are breaking for me. I know Mary just updated it, but it's networking's hard, and I've seen him working a lot on this project, so I can be forgiven that maybe some other bug broke it. But for now, let's skip pens for this week. That might be a different week in the future, where we will draw our pain points instead of speaking them out loud, and we can reflect on that another time. So today we'll practice the speaking exercise.
There is a toggle under the camera if you slide to the right under mask for items, and if you turn that off, the fireplace disappears.
View page. Oh yeah, UI. Oh yeah, UI
has mask.
Yeah, I'm trying it, and I think it has to do with might also have to do with VRC lens. I mean, I'm using VRC lens, so might also be.
That's that.
Yeah, it's
that might not have been updated since they added items. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like the controller. Yeah, the camera's probably updated.
Do you know about VRC lens, right, Frofi? It's like
I'm not actually sure. It sounds like a third party.
It's an avatar
thing.
It's an avatar prefab that does a whole bunch of weird camera stuff.
Oh, I was gonna say because Armani's got his camera on my end. I see it hanging by his hand, and I'm like, "You're pointing it at the ground. How is the stream?"
Yeah, it's an older
it's
version.
hard for me to tell what you're recording.
I don't want to derail us, though. We can start with pain points if you know what wants to start first.
I
got one
too much.
If not, go ahead, Carl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another norm, by the way. Hand raises. If you're raising your hand there, or you're not. Okay.
We're still new to this. I don't know if you figured that out.
No, whenever they get to the edges, they tend to pop up or random spots.
Yeah,
they do that for me too. They disconnect if they keep them still.
That's a pain point.
Still, I'm resting my arms.
Yeah.
That's a pain point.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Carl.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, I was saying thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing you can go if you want with Kevin. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't really
Somebody popping in.
Oh, nice. I think
Larry was asking about the pins, but we'll come back to that later.
I don't know. My mind, whenever I think about what's stressing me out, it always goes to like financial, real life, like crap I got to deal with. And I think there is some element of that, though, that's like there's so much frustration in that type of stuff that it, makes me feel more justified in letting things online, responsibilities I might have, or just talking to people kind of wane when I'm like, I don't know, I'm trying to, think about my community and things that need doing. And it's like, I don't really care about that when I got a leaky drain upstairs or I need to get a new fuse box and stuff. So yeah, I think it's more of just like, meat space taking more of my attention than I'd like it to.
I gotcha. All right, thank you, Carl. Yeah, very relatable. Who would like to reflect back to Carl? I see Jay raising his hands. Go for it, Jay.
Yes.
I know you're familiar with this, so I'll let you go.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So if I understood that correctly, you said like you've got a lot of like responsibilities that need your attention. A lot of them having to do with finances or home repair, and they're taking attention away from your time you would like to spend with other people. But these are urgent matters, and there are things that do demand your attention. And so it is a struggle, trying to stay in touch with friends and making sure they don't feel like you're ghosting them. Is that sort of in the area of?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the surface of it, and it's more like, that being an ever-present thing that's like kind of in life always. There's like when I try to look for what's bothering me, it's like the pain points are always, in that direction, whereas it seems like trying to focus and think about more of my kind of internal struggles or things that I need to focus on in the community or whatever are like frivolous, not worth paying attention to. So it's just kind of that disconnect where I want to kind of focus my attention this way, but it feels like these things are so much heavier because they'll never go away. There's always stuff to deal with,
Well, thank you, Jay, for reflecting that, and thanks again, Carl. Awesome. So we've got this connection this way. I think of it like a vector, like a point in space pointing to another point. So we've got one of those. So who else has a pain point? I know, Armani, you actually say that right before Carl. So yeah. Would you like to go, or would
I can
anyone
go.
else
Yeah, I got one. So yeah, this is I'll put this not solidly, but probably in like the unsolvable and not so solvable problems, but it's come to mind for most recent things I've been dealing with. It's funny enough, I'm dealing with it now with YouTube, and we're streaming here, but it's like for YouTube they have just at the scale they're at, they have a lot of new AI moderation going on for videos, and I stream another stream outside of this that's that has social VR, social VR content. It's like it goes like 24/7, but the issue is depending on the category, some of those videos. I'll bring up a particular example because it's interesting how they approach this. But it's a essentially one of my interviews was about like a virtual casino and how this group runs their casino and their environment around that, how what they deal with for keeping a fun environment, not an environment that's dangerous or on it's not what people come there for. So it's like but the issue is YouTube sees that as actual gambling, at least with their AI moderation. So they it automatically flags and takes down the stream, and then have to appeal it, and I've like won every like 7 appeals in the past like month. So it's like this ongoing loop where there's a human in the loop, but it's like you can't interact with them. You just press a button and hope they approve it. So at some point I either have to decide if I want to keep dealing with that or take a video from the place, which I don't want to do, but it's one of those. I'd say it's irritating. It's not quite angry territory, but it's certainly something that's like one of those things where I wonder about the kind of the state of it's a hard problem too. It's like one of those wicked problems, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that's my thing to add into our to the center there.
Well, thank you, Armani.
I think I can reflect that one for sure.
Yeah, go for it, Carl.
Were you speaking up there, Sam? Okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and I've definitely dealt with this one myself, so I feel like I can reflect that when you complain all night, but it's like a level of like perturbance, like you understand why it works the way it does, but there's always these edge cases, and it really sucks to be one of those edge cases. So having to deal with a system that's kind of auto detecting your content is bad. A silly example of similar though is even going back years before it was more particular AI detection. I went by ass monkey for a long time, so a lot of times things would just be like, oh, ass, bad word, delete it.
How could you?
Did I get what you were saying there?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you, Carl, for reflecting back, and thank you, Armani. All right. So we've got 2 people that have expressed their element. Oh, go ahead, Sam. Would you like to go next?
Yeah. So for me, the biggest struggle right now is time constraints. So my job does involve a fair amount of travel, and it also does involve a lot of work across time zones sometimes. And when I'm traveling, it's difficult to kind of log into VR, when kind of keep up with what we do. And I also like to kind of do research on the side. I kind of like publish things, but all of that doesn't pay the bills. So I do have to focus on the core job that I do that actually pays me money. But at the same time, I like doing research in VR, trying to figure out, where the industry is headed, and publish and write about it. But I just don't have enough time to do both. And at some point, I feel guilty about it because you can do what you like and you love, but if it doesn't pay the bills, doesn't keep the lights going in the house, then it's kind of like a hobby, right? At the end of the day. So that's always a struggle for me to kind of justify time spent, because part of my job does involve, the more time I spend, the more money I would make at that job, and therefore how do I kind of divide the two? I don't know if that makes sense.
That's
oh yeah, I could reflect that back to you, Sam.
Sure.
It's like one of those things where I could easily, well, I'll put it this way. It's like there's time and then there's priorities, and it's like balancing the two and figure out what you can prioritize with the time you have. And yeah, I hear there. It's like it's something that's I understand very much. So, but yeah, it's like that's what I'm hearing for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So, thank you, Armani. Yeah. I feel like you heard Sam. That's great.
Yeah. Thanks, Armani.
All right. So next, looks like Jake raising their hand. Would you like to share a pain point?
Well, yes. So right now I'm actually going through this what I feel has been some pretty significant personal growth with being able to express some like disagreement or disapproval or unhappiness, because I like both when I was growing up and when I was and in a handful of friendships, like my first few friendships, it was like everything negative that I felt had to be swept under the rug. But now I'm actually starting to be able to say, thanks to my experiences in VR chat and with some of my other friendships outside of VR, I am getting to the point where I can actually express many more positive things because I'm allowed to say when I'm feeling unhappy or disappointed with something or upset about something. However, there is the root of that does come from my family origin, and I don't live with my parents, but I do live in the same town as they do, and I'm not right now. I don't feel like I'm emotionally free from them, and I think what I'm starting to see is the only way to actually move forward from this and to become my own person is to regularly have conversations with my parents about things they probably don't want to hear, but I'm going to have to say if I'm going to be free from if I'm going to be able to move forward and actually feel secure in my relationships outside the family. That's the general thing. That's the general gist of it. The painful part is going to be this. Like, I don't know. Like, they've been consistent. They've been pretty receptive to the general thing. Like me saying that I'm going to have to talk about how I feel about things. I get the sense that it's going to be really messy when I start being specific about things like, for example, I hate it when they talk about other people's bodies and, other people's health. I think that is the most shallow thing. They don't talk about it in a nutritional sense. They just talk about it in a casual sense, and I hate that. There's a lot of big differences between my attitude towards religion and faith that I feel like I've had to keep swept under the rug. they're probably not going to like it. The fact that, I'm much more liberal than they are. But, I can't keep putting up this facade of, pretending to agree with a family and just, they know I'm the quiet one. But, they're going to have to start, I'm going to start exposing the reason I do that is that, I've been kind of sort of shooed back into a closet, figuratively speaking, obviously. And now I'm done with that. I'm generally somewhat unhappy about my current circumstances in this regard. I'm sorry, I know that's a mouthful. Does that all make sense? I think that's what I've said most of it, but if anybody would like to tell me what they took from that.
Well, Sam, that's the last two are us.
Yeah.
Would you like to? I could always do as well.
No, I can give it a shot. So
go for it.
What I hear from you is because of your past experiences growing up, there was a certain amount of norms that I think were followed, and those norms probably led you not to express yourself fully, or not. How can I put this? Not be yourself the way you are, and now that you're reflecting back on it, and you are having those discussions with your family, you're realizing that those are the things that are actually helping you, holding you back. But if you kind of talk about it and reflect with your family, and even if they don't like the choices that you're making or the way you feel about it, it will actually liberate you and help you grow as a person. Is that close to what I know? I know you probably, I didn't cover everything, but I just wanted to check if that made sense to you.
Well, yeah, essentially, I just want to be allowed to be myself in front of my parents, and either let them see it and just say, if they don't approve of it, then, at least I'm being myself, and, I know not to come over, or they can come to terms with it and just accept that I have much different views and much different values than they do. I didn't say that, but I'm sorry. I know this is a really abstract thing, so it's yeah.
Oh no, we really appreciate what you've expressed and you reflecting back, Sam. That's great. Yeah. If you want, Jay, I could offer a little bit more.
Oh, sure.
Maybe I see that you're going through something that you are going to end up facing something very confrontational. You feel like you've not been able to work with your parents and to express how you really feel because of their viewpoints and past experiences. You feel like there's something you have to bring back to them to move forward with how you feel about yourself and how your relationship with them is, if that offers any more connection. Or reflection, I should say.
Okay, yes. Well, like I said, I mean, it is a very abstract thing, and I think I will have more to share as I actually go follow through and actually start telling my parents these things, but I think, for now, I'm not like up in arms about it or anything. I am just kind of nervous about it, but it's it's something that has to happen if I want to come into my own person, so to speak.
Yeah, it sounds really intense, for sure. Yeah, if we don't have good relationships with our parents, it can be very painful to do anything with them, even confronting them on the reasons we don't like them. Thank you, Jay.
Sure.
And well, as the math checks out, I would need to reflect myself. So instead of doing that, I can just kind of express my pain point, and anyone can chime in afterwards to say what they heard or some sort of takeaway. So we all feel like we can contribute. And I would say pain points I'm going through are also somewhat work related. I've been kind of getting away with not going into the office with my hybrid schedule as much as I should. And it's been going well for a bit. And I also adopted a new cat who has been very needy, and she runs around the apartment like all the time, and she is awake and is either wants to play or sleep. She only has two modes effectively. And I've been kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit on how often I've been coming in to make time for that. And I got called out for it yesterday by my boss, and even though he is like, I really don't care, you get the work done, it's totally fine, but policy. And it's a rough policy because everyone I know thinks it's really dumb. And it's extra dumb for me because I have one teammate on my team who is at the same office location as me. Everyone else is fully remote. And as it turned out, that one teammate is leaving the team. So I will have zero reason to need to be physically in office. And if I don't do that, I will probably lose my job. So I am going to have to go in more, even if it's just for a few hours, just to get the badge scanned so I can get the credit for it. But for the most part, it's a strange gray area because some people are really chill and lax about it, but they can only be as chill and lax so far as like what I was shown as a not great participation or not participation attendance grade, and I recognize that yeah, I could probably be trying harder, but it wasn't clear exactly what that criteria is or what I could probably get away with. And it's just a whole pain because everyone knows, my boss knows, everyone around me on my team knows that like this, being an office thing is just a outdated point of view. And it's strange that no one has really learned much from COVID, and now we are, still dealing with things that were all our meetings are just in Zoom. It wouldn't even matter if we all showed up in the office, so because there would still be at least one team member that's in a different part of the world. So it's frustrating. And I'm realizing that my cat is also quite needy at times. And right now she's fast asleep, which is great. It's making this meeting easier to handle. But I would say it's kind of combining it with that. She demands so much playtime, and even after running around and getting to the point of panting, which is supposed to be kind of typically you'd think that's like dangerous for cats. They are not dogs; they're not supposed to pant. She will continue to beg for me to keep playing with her by jumping on my keyboard after she's taken like a 5-minute nap, and is like more, more, more. And she only does these long actual sleeps for about like a few hours at most, and then goes right back. And yeah, maybe I should have been more careful about adopting what is still technically a kitten. She is like a fully grown cat at this point, but she is only like 8 months old. And she still is very wacky and silly and adorable. But now I'm like, well, I'm going to have to go into the office more, and hopefully you can entertain yourself. And I know a lot of the automatic cat toys don't always appeal to her, so that's sort of like an anxiety I'm having. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping maybe as she gets older, she calms down. But these kinds of kitten behaviors and high energy can last for the first couple of years. So I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, that's kind of my pain point. Feel free for anyone to chime in. We don't need everyone or anyone doubling up on reflection, so it's totally okay. Yeah.
Well, if you'd like, I could try to reflect. Because I think I understood.
Yeah, I'm opening the whole group to participate if they'd like, but feel
Sure.
free to chime in. Absolutely.
Yes. So if I understand, you have a new kitten that needs a lot of attention, but there is a policy at work that actually insists that you're supposed to actually show up in person, even though you could do everything remotely. And so now you're having to, let the cat take care, like it's you're having to have the cat take care of itself. Well, not take care of itself, but just entertain itself. That's something that's really hard for it to do. Did I
don't
understand
entirely know, but yeah.
Okay.
She might be okay on her own, but I just don't know. And she definitely begs me a lot, so I'm assuming she isn't getting much.
Yeah.
Much fun out of me being gone.
Yeah. I mean, I did. Sorry. Oh, are you talking? Is she there right now?
Yeah, sorry. I'm talking to my cat. She's like right next to me.
Okay.
Ears must be burning there. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think companies' policies in general and education systems need a serious upgrade or update for today's society.
Yeah, you'd think so. Sam, I heard you for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I mean, based on what you've just shared, it sounds more like a corporate, the company you work for, they have certain maybe norms, or they have come up with saying that you need to show up in office for a certain amount of policies. And that's really clashing with what you're used to, because after the pandemic, we kind of got to a certain lifestyle and found that to be much more efficient than what we were used to. And now going back to non-efficient way of doing things seems to be kind of not really. I mean, there's no real justification, because I work remotely most of the time, and sometimes when I do go into work, everybody else is remote, so there you are sitting on a laptop and just doing the same thing you would have done at home with just with the added commute. So it makes absolutely no sense. But I do realize that these policies are kind of were pre-COVID, when things made sense to, when everybody actually came into work at the same time and you could interact more in person. There is certain value to it, but now I think everything has changed. So I guess it's a roundabout way of saying that it's like old policies that are not really helping you or your situation, and they don't even make sense. So I think that can add to a frustration. That's what was my takeaway.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. And thank you, Jay. I realize this were almost like full reflections, so Armani and Carl, you don't have to say anything. We could probably move on, but if you do, that's fine too.
I'll throw in something real quick before you go into I guess we go world hopping next. But yeah, it's like because I've also dealt with this too. It's like I feel like there's some, I would try not to say the what is it? I'll end up saying the the C word here, capitalism, but there's like some you have to justify.
Isn't that what every conversation devolves into these days? It's like, of course.
It's like trying to justify paying for the building, but there's also, I feel like, accessibility. There's some other stuff too that's just like, it might be like one of those wicked problems, but at the same time, it's like a shared pain that from like everybody's side. That there's just extra context I'm throwing in, but it's like, I share the same.
Yeah.
I understand. I share the same. Same feeling about that.
Yep, it's nonsensical for the chase of some obtainable goal. So, anyway, yeah, thank you, Armani. Yeah, I didn't mean to turn it all into let's all reflect profit or because I'm helping running things. I deserve more attention. No, that's not what I meant. I think Hey You had did it in the past where it's like just say one word, and I think that's how she did it, and she was the last one. Anyway, so yeah, we do have another part. I forgot to say this in the beginning. After we did our containment intro and our pain points, we do a third activity, and that's to explore VR chat worlds and to reflect on how those worlds build community and how those worlds can have whatever their structure is reflect back into the types of social environments that might occur in them. And I will say, I didn't have any worlds in particular in mind. I don't know if you have anything, Armani, but there's still plenty we could go through and go and find to look at.
Yeah. Okay. You about to say something, Jay?
Yeah, well, I'm actually feeling kind of sick, so I'm I'm probably gonna head off. Like wearing the headset does give me a little bit of motion sickness, so I'm probably gonna sign off now. But I will say I would like to, show give you my appreciation to Frofador for having a cat. Adopting a cat because my parents also adopted a cat recently. Yeah, and so yes. So I will see you guys probably a couple weeks from now. I alternate groups. There's a couple other groups I go to, but yes, I'll probably check back on the Discord possibly. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for listening to your body there, Jay.
Have a good one. Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for coming, Jay.
See you.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice talking to you.
Yeah. That was another norm I forgot to talk about, but we learned this from another person about the nature of, saying hello and goodbye, as we like people to come and go, but on top of that, always giving that grounded sense of, making sure we know if you're leaving or if something's come up. People disappearing out of thin air can be a disruptive experience because we don't know what's happening. But I was going to say, we learned this from the Japanese community. Typically, when they have to leave, they will walk their avatar away and out of sight before they make the avatar disappear, as it pertains to some level of being able to be polite in how you exit a scene and to give people a chance to walk over and catch up to you and say oh, I wanted to get to you and talk to you about something that we didn't have a chance to talk about earlier in our hangout. And it really opened my eyes. And even though sometimes I still just kind of oh, I gotta go, and I just shut everything off, it can be great as a tool to just walk out of bounds and then disappear, because you never know when someone's gonna be oh, I wanted to talk to you about something, and it was not in front of other people. Yada. Anyway,
on top of that too, it's we have our human first values. So it's just listen to your body. If you feel I guess don't stay in VR longer than you feel just to be in an event. Yeah. So Jay, I was able to do that and practice now, so that's great.
I've got an interesting world that with just the four of us actually works out.
Yeah. And Jay was the only one on Android, so we could open a possibility for PC.
Yeah, and this is a PC only world too. That's why I was just checking. Cool. And I'm really kind of find the kind of entrance and the way this works to be pretty interesting. So it could be something worth. You'll see. The world gives us discussion time. So, have any of you ever been to the space elevator?
Not me.
Not yet.
I know of space elevators in fiction. I don't know if I've seen an official VR chat world in particular.
It's just called Space Elevator.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, now I'm really curious. I want to check this out.
Let's check it out. All right, and there's a peculiarity, and the timers are like when they're leaving. So we've got at least 145 seconds for me to yap real quick. But so downstairs,
playing for a stream.
So I tried to, I try to explain this without giving too much away. But you kind of got your standard elevators here, and then downstairs is the special one.
I see.
I recommend the special one though for a second visit, because especially why I brought us here to kind of check out the like communal spaces. You to get to the like actual top of the elevator, you have to take the standard ones. So if we kind of just go over here to these, we can just grab a seat.
Yeah. While we're grabbing seats, I want to ask the group, how are we feeling so far? This one's got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, the click interaction's a little close.
You'll want to, you'll want to sit on the chair. You might have to bend over in real life, Sam, just to like get down into, because you want to click on the chair.
Get your hand closer to the chair.
Okay, got it. Oh yeah,
that's kind of closer there.
Okay.
There is a bit of, I think you're fine to stand in these, but regardless, there's a little bit of desync and.
Yeah. All right. So I'm imagining, yes, this is going to be like kilometers into space.
It does use a little cheat method of there's like tubes every now and then, and when you pass through the tube, the skybox changes out, so it's not a actual full ascent.
Yeah, I was thinking I get really fixated on technical details when it comes to world. I'd say emotionally, the lighting feels a bit harsh, and the environment is very blurry around us. It looks like a Google map, fetish,
it looks better the higher we get.
Sense. Yeah. My understanding from what you described is that this will use a layering technique to swap out the background so that when we reach a certain point, we won't see this exact blurry landscape. We'll see like maybe the curvature of the Earth, because the Unity engine isn't going to be capable of rendering things that far away, at least not in VRChat's presence. And looking down, that is quite terrifying. You can see
there's a pretty good sense of scale.
Yeah, I had to make glass floors.
Pointing my for audience here, I'm pointing my camera through the straight down so you can see how high up we're going.
Nice.
Also interesting that it's only one space elevator at a time, so that's why I think they sequenced it. So I wonder if
giving people a chance. Yeah. Oh, I can see that satellite up ahead. Like, is this how far we've already? Oh no, it's some sort of kite.
It's a.
I was going to see a helicopter.
Helicopter. Never mind. I thought it was like one of those like koi fish kites from like Japan or something. That is a helicopter, yes. So yeah, I'd say one thing about this world for community, it does seem as if though that it only has room for 4 people per trip.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go with a big group of friends, you would not be capable of really being able to go on this with a whole like field trip.
Yeah.
You'd have to take
turns. Well, it's even like the whole, like we've said, like it's good to have like that separation from spawn. This is like the most extreme example of that, where like you literally are leaving the planet.
This makes sense.
Yeah. Now I see like curvature of the Earth. Very cool. Yeah, the crazy concept of being able to just have an elevator deliver us humans into some sort of structure in space outside the atmosphere is a monumentally difficult thing to physically build. And I know it's been like something people have been wanting to speculate on, and we've seen it in science fiction is cool. Yeah, to experience
stealth jets behind you.
Oh yeah, look at those guys. I guess that's how
and
far
honestly,
up
if
they fly.
anything like this were built, like this type of structure would require like crazy materials we don't have. Like it would have to be at least like chunkier by like an order of magnitude.
Yeah, I would imagine even the strongest material in the world would look like it'd be bending like a wet spaghetti noodle for most of its like, appearance from space.
Well, it's you'd actually have a geostationary like satellite, and then it would kind of just be like stretched between the two. So ideally it would be rigid, but it's like you can't really build that down or up. Like once it's in place, it makes sense.
A lot of crazy logistical issues with how do you keep the thing in space holding this taut, and then what if something hits the elevator like a space debris or a satellite?
Well, remember the special track I talked about?
Oh no!
You notice over there.
Oh, that's. You can see it's like behind you, Armani, but there's broken tubes floating in space for what I imagine is an alternative route to space or from space that would lead you crashing and falling. Sounds terrifying.
I'll give a little bit of spoilers and say it's actually pretty cool. It goes up and like does a like circle around the outside of the station and then goes back down into its tube.
That sounds really cool, actually. Yeah, I could imagine that, if this wanted to go faster, it could probably be really dizzying, but I feel like it's at a nice, even pace to make it so that we are traveling, like just slow enough that it doesn't feel nauseating. There's not a lot of things. Yeah. Oh, it's really cool. You can see the sun. You can see these giant like solar panels on this satellite we're going into. Spinning in my office chair, like make my avatar look weird. Oh, cool. So there's like an area up here we get to explore. There is a destination. Yeah, it certainly takes some time, but it's meant to give a sense of gravitas. Like you are traveling like miles and miles. Oh, Carl got off and he's already on the floor.
Nice.
Yeah. From my perspective, it's fine.
Yeah. And it's like the exit button. Whoa.
Yeah.
That gave me a jump. I hit the exit button and I started falling for like a moment.
Yeah, the most jarring thing is probably the glass floors.
Oh, God. I really thought I was going to fall. Actually, my hands are getting sweaty, actually.
That'll give you some vertigo. I don't recommend going in there.
Oh, yeah, the keep out? I think it wants us to stay out for a reason, yeah.
You know the Dragon Ball Z, like, gravity chambers?
Oh, my God. Oh, Carl says we shouldn't go in, but then goes in anyway.
Yeah. Of course. Gravity ram, okay.
I can't get in, though. I think.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
Button. Okay.
Okay.
Just for viewers,
I can describe it because that is the
eclipse.
It's a technical thing. Oh,
for
yeah, the moon
viewers,
just went in front of the
there's
sun.
an eclipse here. You can't see on camera, but there's a nice big
the moon just went past.
Star, it's like the sun. I'm not sure we're probably gonna assume it's the sun, but it's
I think it's the sun.
It has
I don't
these.
know what else it would be.
There's some. I'll put it this way: there have been critiques about having lens flares and
lens
VR,
flares.
but there's a lens flare.
Oh yeah, the lens flare
as well.
The J.J. Abrams effect.
Lens flares everywhere. Gosh, it's been a while since I've seen like a lens flare that's just like, oh right, meme. It's overused. It doesn't feel that bad because we are kind of in space, but yeah, it's kind of a reminder of like what
there is another floor if we go wait by this elevator.
Here. Okay.
Oh, does it go higher? Oh, it just goes directly up to that space station above us. Oh, that could be cool. But anyway, that chamber that says don't enter.
Yeah.
I just went in with Carl for a moment, and I don't think Armani went in, but
no.
It effectively, I think, described what would be accurately the floating point error, where in the Unity engine, let's say if you have a map that is thousands of miles long, at some point, the game cannot render things accurately when they reach a distance that far away from the center of the game world. And the way that coordinates work, you've got 3 axes, X, Y, and Z, that can go negative and positive. The very center is
there it is.
0, 0. Oh, yeah.
I just saw a train fly by.
For a moment, I thought that was like the Santa.
I think it's based on like when you first joined the world, so we're probably slightly off sync. The different things flying around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought it was. It just make that room very far away, and then it just fucks all of the drawing of the.
I want to say, what I think happened is the way that we were traveling up those tunnels, it actually kept resetting us closer and closer to the origin. So what effectively I think happened was inside the chamber was an accurate distance, like that's several miles away from the spawn point, and that's how bad the graphics get glitched when you are trying to, like, if you legitimately moved all the way from the actual origin of the game world.
You ever been to the Pokemon yeeting world? Like at some point, like, well, originally it was just like, a bunch of like Pokemon little figures and stuff you could sit on and people could throw you, but they messed with the physics at some point that made it like they really fly. So like if you like instantly glitch out of the like cube that you're supposed to be stuck in, and just like people generally have to reload the game because you can't even like click on the UI and stuff.
I had a friend who, for the fish world that was really popular like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, the boats would shoot you.
Yeah, and he played. I had a friend, he played so much, he just bought everything. Has the full upgraded super yacht boat, and for fun was trying to break through the icebergs, and eventually he like found the very distant like world map border. They put up a bunch of icebergs in a circle around the ocean so your boats couldn't go on forever, but he did eventually break through, found just some tiny crack and launched the boat at just the right angle, got through the collision and kept going. And interestingly enough, the ocean keeps going too. They have it generating apparently based on wherever location the player is at, but he did catch some fish out there just for the fun of it, but it got really buggy and glitchy, and like just seeing where his fishing rod was at a certain point was like, he sent me screenshots. I never got to be there with him, but yeah, worlds in VR chat, when they try to do things that are scaling to this degree to reference something miles in a distance, they have to use tricks to teleport you around to make you think you've been traveling that far, but are probably resetting you over and over in some sort of environment that keeps that floating point error from getting worse.
I think it's cool when they don't.
Go ahead, Carl.
I was just gonna say, I like when they kind of, rather than using those effects to, reinforce realism, they kind of break it with it. You got like superliminal, it's like a crazy game, or it uses like perspective to change the size of things, or games where like they're using the teleporty thing here in the zones, but doing stuff where like you go through a door and the room doesn't match. You know, the physics don't work. But
something to say about those choices.
There's an interest.
With
you know, I remember hearing about. I was gonna just another anecdote on another video game, but Outer Wilds, fantastic video game.
Yeah.
Where you control a spaceship and you fly through a solar system. Whoa, that fall when you exit is always gets me. But in that game, they programmed it so while you're flying your spaceship around the fictional solar system, they would actually move the solar system around you instead. And the game would keep you at the center of the universe, and all movement was pretty much an illusion to move everything else, to make it seem like you were moving. You were actually standing still the whole time. Super clever. And I don't know how they programmed it, but they did, I guess. Oh, there's the train.
Yeah, something to say about the train. Choices and different authors, both authors making choices for whether that's a trade-off for like technical or like trying to make sure visitors get that impact of emotions they feel, or they trying to share their emotions or inspire new ones. And it's really fun to see how this author balances that off, and you still get that
sort of emotions
across.
Do you think they wanted us to feel up here?
Extra vertigo. Like, I keep forgetting I can Rocco in the middle. This does not have a good glass texture, I will tell you that. It does not make me feel secure.
I mean, it just looks clear as hell. It's that transparent aluminum.
It's one of those challenges in VR now. VR's real tricky to get glass right. Yeah.
Okay. Check
That's
if you
cool.
can just
You
walk
see
out
the side. I'll point our camera down for our audience.
Yeah.
You can see that. Look over there. Look
I was going to say, this world might offer a difficulty for friends joining late. They don't really know how far up the space elevator you might be, and they don't know how long it's going to take for the elevators to come back down for you to catch one. So they probably, I would say, it might be useful if they had like a teleport to friends button somewhere at the spawn, but I would imagine, yeah,
kind of defeat the point.
It kind of would. It's a strange trade-off, because this world is meant to give a grand sense of scale of traveling to space on an elevator, which realistically is a ridiculously difficult feat in the matter of like what is physically possible, but also the time it would take, even if it was physically possible, would probably also consist of hours of travel, maybe not minutes. So we were probably moving at very, very fast speeds had it not been seemingly, I want to say, really coherent. Like, it did a good job of feeling like I wasn't moving that fast and I wasn't going to throw up, but I was probably moving at like miles per second at some point. Well, maybe not miles per second.
one of those trade-offs for sure. Yeah, with like
there's probably some relation, and you'd have to compare it to the scale of the objects that are being rendered and stuff, the true speed we were going.
Yeah. And I want to say this space up here, it's still kind of claustrophobic when you can't walk through anything.
Yeah. I wish it had more of like a atrium gathering space. And
this kind of
I
leads
like the
to
commitment, you gotta know where you're going when you head up here.
Right. All the way up here. And it's like, dang, I kind of wish, like, I don't know. I know Hayes talked about this before, but one of the designs of world building is that you want your worlds to not feel like you can trap your players. The sense of having corridors going. Yeah, we're super trapped. What if a troll came up that elevator? We're all feeling uncomfortable. The only option would be we have to respawn back at the beginning or something. That's something I think this could improve. I thought this structure this huge space station was where we were going, but this elevator seems to have only taken us to what is essentially this hallway.
I was going to say that as we came up, there's so much structure up here, like it could be a big, grand area.
I want to say it teleported us again to like another separate scene.
You can still see that whole thing down there.
I guess that is what we were just in, but what it went through to get here, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of secret teleport like there had been in those.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a low-res version down there. It's hard to tell.
I mean, when at a certain point, they changed the elevators that you couldn't see. I mean, it wasn't
definitely on the way up.
On the way up, So that's why you could change the scene at that point of time as well when you're passing through that portion of the elevator.
Giving us a time check here. We got about 15 minutes, probably 5 or 10 of those.
Yeah.
Got to spare for appreciation. So we could do it here, or we could go back. Just get us a time check.
What's funny, you mentioned Outer World, because
Outer Worlds, it's a different game.
Yeah, I always say the wrong one. I got one of my favorite kind of chill maps is a nice little checkout spot. It's pretty. It's just like a featureless moon other than a campfire.
Yeah, that's
perfect. I was gonna say something low impact, or I forget what the term was. We were like Barry the other day, like worlds that introduce fear versus comfort, or something. I don't know. I'll ask him again, but it was sort of like we're going back and forth on exploring worlds for the event, and that back and forth of like or worlds of challenges, or worlds of I forget what the term.
Yeah.
But yes, something to cool down. This one's much nicer. Let's go this one. Ooh. Oh, sick. Are we on a moon? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just like
Can you handle the proper skybox rotation?
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, actually, no, I don't like that. I'm gonna turn that off.
It's not bad. If it was going just a bit faster, I think it might bother me. It's going like it's not just a regular rotation. It's rotating around like that point weirdly. It's rotating fast over there.
Oh, there's
not all over.
There's a toggle here. I'll
There's
show our
a
audience
pivot of some kind.
Also,
I want to say I'm really happy that is a toggle.
There's another moon out there.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait. Oh, it is. It's a quantum moon. This is Outer Wilds. Okay, that's a direct reference to the game. It's so good. I think I'm okay without it rotating. It just the horizon spinning, depending on the direction you're looking, is a little much.
Oh yeah, you can feel that when you have it overall just briefly, but yeah, it's subtle here on 2D, but in VR you can really feel it.
And
when it's like if you look closer to the sun, it's like it's rotating around the sun, not us. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind that the sun is actually moving with the sky, isn't it? It's reasonable. It is great for community. I'm gonna assume that low gravity to jump, then you can walk around the moon, right? Like if I go off.
I think there's a wall. I don't remember.
The moon teleported again.
It's big.
False alarm, Armani. I thought you could walk around this.
Oh, okay.
Now, see how you're not matching the
Oh,
slope.
yeah, it's not like a
So there,
Super Mario
eventually we
Galaxy
just
kind
hit
of
an
thing.
invisible wall here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
What
okay.
what I'm
Yeah.
assuming, yeah, I'm pretty sure someone has done this already, but I have seen tech that lets you walk around spheres in a total Mario Galaxy style orbit, where you're always, facing the planet as if it had gravity. And I was going to assume they just did that for this world, but it does not appear to be the case. And
Yeah, it's one
the
of those
moon
tricky
keeps
things.
teleporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta keep your eye on that thing.
I actually did catch it disappearing and reappearing, so it's like, it kind of broke the effect. But reference to the game this is based on, there is something called the quantum moon, and in that game there's these quantum mechanics that these objects are in superpositions that when you look away from them, they teleport to a new location until when you see them again, and they are basically they are constantly teleporting unless you stare at them. And so that evolved into a concept where one of the entire planets is doing that, and it turns into a big puzzle on how to even land on it.
Over there.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it counts for like everyone. So like I think if you're looking at it when I turn around, it won't go away.
Yeah, it's still there.
Somebody keeps looking at it.
Like if we all look at the trees right now, and
Just
then for a moment, and then turn around. Oh, I'm still looking at it. Coordinated thing. All right. Well,
let's get into our
Well, let's wind down for the evening. For our final activity, like Jay had mentioned, we like to reflect on. You have your own marshmallow. We have our own way to appreciate each other for this event, and double fire pit. So what we'd like to do is pretend in the center on this burning fire pit there is an invisible ball, and this ball is an appreciation ball that we hold and throw to someone that would least expect it, and we tell that person one thing that we appreciated about what they did today. And that is something where we will try to pass it at least once to each person. If we can get it right, we can do a full loop where the second to last person who gets the ball passes it to the last person who didn't get an appreciation, and we can make a full circle. But if you get it again after already appreciating someone, no worries. Just you can still have fun appreciating a little bit. So, who would like to pick up the ball first? We'll have it sitting here in the middle, figuratively. Oh, Sam, you'd like to. Go for it. Say you're holding the ball now, and you pick one person that you'd like to, that you don't think expected it. Oh, throwing it to Carl. Awesome. Sam, you're muted.
Perfect.
I was like, I see him moving his hands. He's not talking. Oh no.
Have you been?
We know he appreciates Carl
audio this whole time.
Sam I thought he was talking in the last world, or even just a few moments ago.
Like just this instance, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes if all the things right, if you got to rejoin the instance.
Is that like a way to fix that glitch? That's annoying.
I mean, only if you really double check that everything's right, and I mean, we're just in an instance where everything was working fine.
Yeah, I haven't seen that glitch in a long time. If it's like if that is what that is for audio. Also, yeah, for our audience.
Yeah, Sam does it.
Got the sun and the moon here in frame. But yeah,
nice. Well, we're on a moon, but that moon is a different moon. That's no moon. It's still over there. It's because we keep looking in that general direction.
Armani's staring at it.
Oh,
You're the reason.
Turn around, Armani. The moon will move.
Audio. See Sam typing now.
Issues, yeah.
Yes.
That's okay, Sam. If you want, you're open to typing.
Would you like to try?
If everything seems right, you could just go to like the world menu, the current world, and then just hit rejoin up at the top.
Yeah, Sam, before you open up the big menu, the small menu in your hands, the bottom row of tabs, there's the little like the the Google Map icon, the GPS pin with the circle at the point at the bottom. That brings you up with the here menu. The here menu shows all the people in this world. There should rejoin world button there. That should help with the audio issues.
I wouldn't go so far as to say should. That might.
Might. Okay.
Hopes one of those words. Yeah.
Hope would have been the right term.
Very good, Sam.
Ooh.
Oh, there's my kitty cat. Okay.
Doesn't seem like it helped.
No, he's not turning green. Say if you go to your audio issues and go to microphone, does it show mic activation going up and down? The bar should be increasing and decreasing based on if you're talking. And if there's current device would be system defaults. I don't know if you use a different mic. It sounds like he can hear us.
Muted in the bottom left. I assume he can hear us. He was thinking we could hear him. So he was reacting.
Yeah, he's nodding back. Well, I guess while Sam is trying to fix that, I suppose.
Yeah, we could move
all else fails, Sam
come back
and
to
could
him.
type out. Yeah. I'm going to grab the appreciation ball for now. Ooh. Sam will get it back in a moment, I think. But I will toss it to Armani for being my awesome co-host tonight. Woo.
Yeah.
And I'm going to appreciate you for helping me out when I was trying to remember what to say at certain times. And it's great to have you at one of these events. I actually don't remember the last time I've seen you at the weekly meetup, and it's been really nice having you back. But I just wanted to give that to you as a way to show that this has been pretty cool. I think we could keep doing this for a bit if you never comes back, which I don't think will happen. But anyway, thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah. Likewise, here. Let me get the ball here. Actually, before I pass along, I'll let Sam. I think Sam is
Well, this is a little unorthodox. Yeah, we're gonna have two balls in play right now.
Yeah. So I have the chat boxes on for audience here, so we can. I'll read out what you said here, Sam. You said you appreciate Carl for showing the world. So
yeah, I just went to favorites and looked for anything that maybe. Honestly, the space elevator only worked because of the fact that there were only 4 of us. I had already passed by it, and then I was looking back through things again, right as
and we're on PC
said
too.
They had to leave. Yeah,
it did work out in that way. Yeah. But yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, thank you, Sam, for appreciating Carl. So I guess we can kind of.
So I got the ball. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass the ball. Let's see who's getting that. We got so Carl already got one. I already got one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass
You could
the
pass it
ball.
to Sam. We could pretend that Sam passed
you
it
can
to
pass it
Carl
Sam,
after.
bounce off him to me,
Yeah.
or well, no, then you pass it to Sam, appreciate Sam, but then I get to throw it.
Yeah, that would throw the that would complete the circle.
Yeah,
We'll go circle that way. It's good to first of all, it's good to see you, Sam. It's been I think the last time we met was when you joined your research, so it's like really great to just your reflections and your thoughts about just the worlds, and yeah, just appreciate you for being here and seeing you.
All right. So Sam
I'll just creep over and take that.
I was going to say, I think Sam sent the ball back in time for him to throw it earlier. And so we've got the timeline back up in place. So it wasn't 2 balls. It was just, there was a glitch in time. And now the ball has disappeared. It went back in time. So we're back to a concurrent time. Now Carl has the ball.
All right. Well, I'm still confused. Oh, so Armani's had an appreciation, so you're the only one left, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It just kind of goes into a circle.
but then that's still fine, though, right? Like it's not leaving.
It is. I haven't received one. I've only given one.
Right. So I'd still be throwing it to you to close it off, and everyone has received.
Yeah, let's just close it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That would work. It did kind of work out that way.
Okay. All right. I wanted to throw the actual ball too, but I can never remember.
It's in like the summer emoji.
Summer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just fell to the ground for me. Nice. Well, yeah, I just I guess similar vein to thanking Armani for helping you out, but I have had kind of a hectic couple weeks myself, honestly, and was looking as I got off work yesterday, like what's going on BridgeMakers, and saw that the event was actually there and waiting for me, as it were. So
yeah, we missed you being the co-leader. It's been a bit, but we're still trucking along. I was happy to have you. So thank you as well.
I did resubmit my the core helper thingy, so we should be getting back into the swing there.
Well, I accept your appreciation. And yes, thank you, Carl. That was lovely. And I suppose we can wrap things up with a photo. Now that we have concluded the event, Sam, we can still get you in there, even though we can't hear you. But let's see, what's a good backdrop? Should we wait for the sun to come back up?
It's a quantum moon, but as soon as we turn our backs on it,
it's gonna move as soon as we look away from it.
Well, hold on. Does the camera count as like a perspective on it?
I mean, in the game, the camera counts as its perspective.
Yeah. I got the camera here in front of the logs, but yeah, we could.
Or wait, no, I gotta do the flying camera.
Yeah. There it goes. I can see it rising.
Oh, the sun is
rising? The sun is for me in the back.
There, I mean.
Oh yeah, that is pretty sick. That's pretty nice. Let me get over here.
Well, oh, it's behind us. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Well, let's see. Whoop. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're supposed to have a word. Say a word that came up tonight. Moon, space, elevator.
Yeah, they were both spacey worlds.
Space.
Orbital.
Space. Yeah.
Quantum. All right. Well, that should be good. I think. Got
Yep,
some
I'm
pictures
gonna wave to our viewers here. We're got a camera up here.
Oh yeah, I can never tell
see,
where your camera is.
Your camera's up here with us here, so I just wanna
I
appreciate y'all as well here for watching us. It's been quite a pleasure here tonight, and yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll be back here again hopefully next Friday. But until then, y'all have a great time.
Boy.
Take care.
I'm gonna